Hi, welcome to Regional Stocks, Forex and Futures with Jonathan. Today is 7th of October 2014. Right now the time is 7:04 a.m. Yes, this recording is done just before you guys are awake, or maybe some of you may have already been awake, but I couldn't do it over the weekend. As you can hear, my voice wasn't really that good, okay? I'm conducting the training program over the weekend, and on Sunday just collapsed, so just could not do any recording. So I'm here just to give you a quick market update before anything else can happen this week, so you guys know what to expect, okay? Dow Jones yesterday, in fact actually Dow Jones this morning was very positive, quite positive, and then slowed down. From the high of this morning, we lost 170 points before we recovered about 80 points, 70 points. Okay, so what happened? Well, it all started with last week. Last week, we had a fantastic non-farm payroll. Prior to non-farm payroll, that's a prior to non-farm payroll. We had a fantastic rebound just on Thursday, a day before the non-farm payroll. Well, perhaps you can say market knew something, or perhaps you can say that there was a Fibonacci support right about there. Okay, so you can see nicely I took my shots right there, alerted my group, and fantastic upside right after that. Okay, now what happens? Well, is there a clue this morning it actually wants to go lower? Well, all you have to ask yourself, if the market goes down and then rebounds, how many of you noticed? Just nice. This was briefed on Sunday to those that was training that came to this training program. Why? Because later there will be the day 3, the last day. Okay, so on Sunday we already briefed. Actually, these are the levels that they told me, and they are the one that are watching it. So yesterday night they are watching this very, very closely. So the signs were there. Question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to miss it again and again and again? Well, if you've been to my free public workshop, this is one of the techniques I shared. Okay, but of course it's a little bit more sophisticated on the 3-day trading lessons. All right, so so do take a look. This is the levels, watching out right there. Okay, so what to look out for? Nikkei, if you notice, Nikkei already came lower, and then we had a rebound. If you take a look, we are very close. Okay, so let's just put it this way. The levels are there. In fact, it was actually supported by 50% and rebounded off the 50%. Okay. However, this is Nikkei right now. This is Nikkei right now because the market is open right now. So this candle, Nikkei just about to wake up. In fact, just woken up. Okay. Right now it's 8 o'clock in Japan. Okay. So we take a look at a few more currency. Few things to watch out for. Before that, Hong Kong. Whew. Look at Hong Kong. Fantastic rebounds. I got 2 messages asking me they want to short on that day because they felt that the protest will still continue on. They have missed this major downside. They want to short. I said, ha 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 ha, crazy. After come down so long, you want to short. That's a sign for me that, hey, maybe it's time for me to long. And fantastic upside after this. We'll be watching this again, okay? Because today, Hong Kong is open. However, do take note, Shanghai is still closed. Shanghai is still closed today, and Shanghai will be opening on Wednesday, tomorrow. However, do take note that tomorrow, the first thing Shanghai come back, there would be PMI numbers, although not very important. It's just orange. But this week, do watch out. After last week non-farm payroll, this Thursday, Singapore time 2 o'clock, we have the FOMC. So watching that out very closely. So the day to watch this week is Thursday. Okay, Friday, nothing much except unemployment in Canada, but that's basically nothing much. Okay, so quiet Friday, explosive Thursday. Alright, so now let's go back to the market. Watching London, if you watch the YouTube, exactly the last YouTube, because I couldn't record the YouTube last week, and this YouTube this week came out a little bit late. But if you notice that exactly last week I was highlighting exactly on that day, say you watch London, because London that time was the Scotland, and it was a sell on news, and market just came down immediately right on that. The signs were there. There was an extremely bearish signal right there. Okay, Germany. Look at the Germany. After a strong rebound yesterday, the signs were in Germany saying that the market wants to go lower. Ended up, it pulls the US market lower. Germany, the whole day just couldn't go higher. Okay, so watching that up. Now, few news. Currency. That's my currency. Euro US dollars. This morning, fantastic rebound. In fact, it's such a good rebound, we almost could be forming a bullish engulfing candle on the weekly candle. On the daily, it is already a bullish reversal candle. Granted, today is only Tuesday. We only got Monday, so we shall see what is going to happen on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and also Friday. Okay, so now, if this means basically this means that US dollars is getting weaker after being crazy for so long. So which means we have to watch all the US dollar pairs. Yen also collapse. So watching dollar yen, watching pound dollar, also a bullish reversal. So do take note. Okay, and we shall see gold. Oh, my gold is opened. Gold. Remember I highlighted the last few YouTube. Gold could not go higher until US dollar goes lower. So US dollar goes lower, gold rebounds. So watching that few counters very, very, very closely. Okay. Now, let's see. Anything I missed off? Currency. Aussie dollar. Yes, Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, or basically US dollar pair, all reversal. So watching this out very closely. So all watching all the US dollar pairs. Okay, next. Alright, now let's talk about Jakarta Composite. If you notice Jakarta Composite, we dropped. We have dropped. Okay, yesterday tried a rebound. So just curious, I haven't drawn this, but let's see whether do we have anything. We dropped to Fibo, about Fibo 78, which personally I don't like. We dropped on a long-term basis a Fibo 23%, which personally I don't like. Personally, from this Fibo levels, I would prefer if Jakarta Composite can go down to 4720, 4550, or 4380. These are the three levels I prefer to watch. But do remember, I've been highlighting about Jakarta Composite. I said, hey, Jakarta Composite, if you take note, already watch my past YouTube. Tengok tak sini? Nampak tak sini? Lihat, the signs were there, highlighted. The last 2 to 3 YouTube, I says, hey, why don't just wait for the price to drop? If the price drop, there will be opportunity to buy even cheaper the next time. And now it is dropping. Can it go higher? Of course. But why don't just wait until the price go even lower? Okay, so those three levels I'm watching out. So be very, very cautious. If you'd like to find out more, you can always go to my website, WCA Charting Academy. Now, do remember, join the mailing list, and do remember to like the Facebook page so that whenever we got some major updates, we'll update you. Okay, so I'll see you again, and you'll be safe. Thank you.